and Ellie Grynberg. What an announcer. Oh. How you doing? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello. Welcome to the second annual Melbourne Jewish Comedy Festival event. This is a fantastic night. It's great to see you all here. Sold out event. Now, before we begin tonight, we just want to ask that you please maintain the level of decorum that we've come to be used to at a Jewish event. So if you could please talk amongst yourselves throughout the night, turn your phones onto loud, and please wait till about halfway through the third act's set before going to the bathroom. Then this will be the best September 11 ever.
Tonight we have a great mix of comedy, music, storytelling, and whatever Jack Feldman does. So, much like Grey Street just down the road after 11 p.m, there really is something for everybody.
Now, for those of you who don't know us, you obviously don't watch the shtick on Channel 31. Now, just an FYI, the shtick are actually filming here tonight. So if you're uncomfortable being watched on TV by no one, then please let the crew know. Thank you.
A little late for me, Josh. I've been filmed by the shtick more times without my knowledge than a yeshiva boy in a mikveh.
Wow, looks like we're starting pretty early with the Royal Commission jokes.
Gotta get in early.
That's great.
It's a good crowd. It's a good crowd.
Yeah. Look, my name is Joshua Mordechai Gurgiel, or as I was called by the Vice-Chancellor of Monash University at my graduation, Joshua Mordechai Gurgiel. Yes, I was the one guy who sounded even more ethnic than the Sri Lankans, which was great. And to my left is my partner in crime, Ellie Grynberg, or as he's known at Glicks on a Friday, number 32. Number 32. No? Number 33.
But look, you know, I know a lot of you here, looking at us starstruck tonight, but Josh and I are just two regular Jews from Caulfield. We evade our taxes 1 year at a time, just like the rest of you. But, you know...
It's amazing you guys came out.
Oh, it's great you guys came out here tonight to support community talent, especially when you could have been at home watching The Project. Or, as my Zeta calls it, that show with the charismatic Muslim.
Look, do we have any Bubbas and Zetas in the house tonight? Any Bubbas and Zetas? Look, let's give them a round of applause. The Bubbas and the Zetas, give them a round of applause. It's because of their hard work and casual racism that we can all be here tonight.
That's right.
And look, we really appreciate the fact that you've given a warm round of applause because historically Jews actually hate clapping.
They hate it.
We really hate doing any work with our hands. After all, isn't that what non-Jews are for?
Come on.
I really didn't think that was going to be the joke to get that. All right.
And there is no better examples of Jews' unwillingness to get their hands dirty than JSeek, that Jewish domestic advice forum. Not to be confused with JDate, the Jewish dating website, JSwipe, the Jewish hookup app, and JSafe, the place Jewish girls report the men they met on JDate and JSwipe.
Now, just casually scrolling through JSeek. Look, we just want to share with you just a typical post from a typical Jewish housewife here in Caulfield. It reads, "Does anyone know of a good tradesman that can replace a light bulb? BTW, what's a tradesman? BTW, what do I need to trade with them?" Bless.
Yes, and what about this one? The empty fuel light is flicking on my Lexus SUV. Anyone know what that means, or should I just buy a new car? You know what? I'll just buy a new car. Car for sale. Message me if interested.
Nice. Look, we've got one here from Michael D. Although, no, look, we don't want to give this person's identity away. They're actually quite a prominent figure, so we'll just call him M. Danby.
That's better.
Michael Danby writes, Just asking for a friend. How do I clear my internet search history on my parliamentary computer? Hashtag 4 more years. Oh, well,
This guy is a vault.
yeah, lucky we didn't give his identity away.
And now, just for a bit of housekeeping. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've got a girl for that. And yes, Katarzyna does a great job of dusting your blinds and stealing your silverware, but that's not the housekeeping we're talking about.
No. We just wanted to make you aware that the toilets are at the back in the foyer. Not that most of you haven't been 4 times already. Look, we'll be selling merchandise in the foyer after the show. I mean, who doesn't want to get their hands on a box set of all 47 seasons of the shtick, featuring never-before-seen director's commentary on the 1998 Yom Ha'atzmaut concert at Robert Blackwood Hall? Come on, people.
It was a doozy. We also want to take this opportunity to, give a big round of applause to Justine Sless, who once again did a fantastic job of organising this event. Yes, her organisational skills can only be matched by that genius who made Israel and Lebanon bus buddies at the 2016 Rio Olympics. I mean, their countries are so close together. They'll have so much to talk about.
While we're at it, why don't we put America and Iraq together? I mean, there are so many Americans in Iraq right now. But look, the Olympics are over. It's time for us to move on to the US elections. And by all accounts, it looks like Hillary's got this one in the bag, which is great. And look, it means that we can sleep well at night and we don't have to fear that the world is in the hands of a racist, ignorant, self-interested madman like Barack Hussein Obama. He's bad for Israel. He's bad for Israel. He's bad for Israel.
But Josh, my dad also says that Hillary is bad for Israel. Although, pretty much any world event, Jews will always immediately assess its net effect on Israel. Immediately. I mean, what do you think of Brexit?
Oh, it's bad for Israel.
European migrant crisis?
Oh, it's bad for Israel, obviously. We're in Eurovision, it affects us all.
What about the Zika virus?
Terrible for Israel, terrible. Mosquitoes love hummus and the music of Idan Reichel. Everyone knows that.
What about Hawthorn winning the grand final?
Oh, chas v'shalom. That would be even worse for Israel than when Melbourne Storm won the NRL grand final in 2007. Yamach Shemam.
Jeez. Well, enough history lessons for one night, Josh. It's time to get on with the show. Our first comedian at the Melbourne Jewish Comedy Festival, Arnold Zabel, is not actually a comedian.
No, Arnold is a highly acclaimed novelist, storyteller, educator, human rights activist, and again, not a comedian. Arnold's latest book, The Fighter, has been met with critical acclaim, and for your pleasure here tonight, he will be reading an excerpt from a previous book of his called Cafe Scheherazade.
Now, we cannot stress enough how much Arnold Zabel is not a comedian. So if you could please refrain from laughing at him tonight, it would be greatly appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, it really is our great honour to introduce one of our community's most esteemed writers and non-comedians, Arnold Zabel.